The CCTV footage and testimony you're about to see is the exact reason why Daniel Andrews must be stopped from extending his state of emergency. So it's up to you to ensure that every Victorian, every Australian, every free-loving person on this planet gets to see what is happening to the once most livable city in the world here in Melbourne. Please, share this video far and wide.
I really do want to chase up the body cam footage, and I want the audio to get out.
Daniel Andrews was on a mission today to justify why he urgently needs a state of emergency extended for another 12 months beyond the legal 6-month limit.
This is not in relation to curfews, this is not in relation to stage 4. These are many of the rules that we have had to become particularly familiar with, and they're the sorts of rules that will be here potentially for a long time. Keeping your distance, washing your hands, staying in your own home if you've got this virus.
The bloke thinks we're all idiots. He's claiming that he needs to extend the state of emergency so he can enforce social distancing, washing hands. I think he just literally made that one up on the spot. And isolation of sick people. If that was really the truth, why doesn't he just legislate those particular rules temporarily? You want to know why? Because he wants the limitless power that comes with declaring a state of emergency. The kind of control that strips law-abiding citizens of their most fundamental human rights. Now, for those of you who think I'm exaggerating, watch what happened to this one Victorian who dared to take out his bins after curfew.
Just gathering up my rubbish from the garage around the house. You know, I come out here on the side gate, load up my rubbish, obviously bring it out there. On my way back, I was looking for my cat, whistling for him. You can see at the beginning of the video, I'm actually sending a text message. And just then, obviously, the police roll up, and that's where the story begins.
It's midnight. You can clearly see that from the CCTV of his neighbour's bins. Jordan's forgotten to take his bins out, so he went outside in a suburban neighbourhood to put them out. Otherwise, we all know what happens. His partner would probably kick his butt in the morning. We can all relate to that real problem. But jokes aside, he's certainly no COVID risk to anyone.
The police officers followed me onto the property, to which I responded, "Where's your warrant? Are we under martial law?" To which then he responded, "You're lucky my gun isn't in your face. I know you think you have rights, but I can actually enter your house under the Medical Act." I was a bit stunned at, his response to me asking for a warrant.
Understandably, Jordan was stunned. Most people don't realize that the state of emergency doesn't only give police the power to enforce masks, social distancing, and isolation of sick people, as Andrews was trying to spin today. The state of emergency provides police with the right to enter your home without a warrant. What if I told you that based on the state of emergency legislation, that he's right, that he does actually hold that power? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, look, I said to the officer, this is disgusting, and I said, this is the reason I will be leaving this country.
I don't blame him. Who can? I know a lot of Victorians are planning right now to flee Victoria as soon as any border opens. Right now, we're all prisoners in our own homes.
Look, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't have a criminal record. I was doing the simple act of putting out my bins, maybe an hour beyond curfew. But as you can see on the footage, I was not even a meter away from my property. So I just believe this is a very slippery slope, and if people don't think that can happen to them, I didn't think it would happen to me, but here we are. So it's pretty scary.
And this is precisely why it's so important to share Jordan's story far and wide. Most people assume it's just crazies confronting police in supermarkets who are affected by the extension of the state of emergency. It's not. It's every single one of us. And the irony is, it's all in the name of health.
He broke my 1.5 meter safe space. He was touching me without gloves.
I guess coronavirus doesn't spread when police are using their newfound powers under the state of emergency, because the virus knows not to mess with dodgy Dan. And what about the officer behind him? Was he complicit?
Look, he was backing up his partner, but I felt personally like he wasn't really going along with the tyrannical power grab that his partner was. So I think he was a bit more uncomfortable with the situation, in my opinion.
If he was watching this right now, what would you say to his partner?
Look, I think the good guys really need to keep their heads up and do the right thing. You know, they're here to protect us. They're not here to intimidate us. And these emergency acts, unfortunately, will be abused by some. And personally, I know there's good police officers out there, and I just don't want to see this country go the way of North Korea. I mean, it's a serious threat to democracy here.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. And if we let Daniel Andrews get his extension, this kind of authoritarian behavior will escalate by some cops and government officials. You can't stop human nature, and it's exactly why Jordan is now appealing to Victoria Police to release the body cam and dash cam footage so every Victorian can see and hear for themselves what inevitably happens when you give humans more power than you should. So help Jordan by sharing this video and tagging Victoria Police, demanding to see the body cam and dash cam footage now.